sharks are usually female and loiter at times near beaches because sea lions and seals live near these places, so do other prey species, and due to setting up territories. This is immensely important. Mr. Barnett is trying to outlaw a behavior in sharks that has been around for 430 million years. All sharks, I don't care what it is, the females tend to be larger than the males. There's a sexual dimorphism in size with sharks. It's normal. You can almost always tell the shark's gender if you're not looking down at the underside of the claspers or lack of claspers near the anal fins, or rather pectoral fins. I'm saying ventral fins, sorry. But you can always tell the gender of the shark usually by the size. There are not very many large males. It's always females that get really large. So when you see a large shark that is loitering near a beach, it's not loitering there because it's looking to make a meal out of people. It's loitering there because this is part of its territory. And the sharks that are loitering are large females. And these females, in all shark species, sharks worldwide are on the decline. In all shark species, it's these females that we need to protect the most, and it happens to be these females that establish territories, not so much the males. Males wander through. We've already seen that white sharks are a migratory species. They're transient, so they're not always around. These sharks that establish territories are breeding females. You cannot make a behavior that is natural in an animal illegal. They do not follow human laws, and you can't kill them for engaging in territory. It's just stupid. Okay, most shark bite incidents take place in water that's less than 3 feet deep by small sharks under 6 feet long in murky or poor visibility situations, and usually during bait runs. This goes without saying. This is the same worldwide. Almost every incident that you see where a shark bite happens to a person, it's a small shark. They have recurved teeth that are spiky and not made for biting people. They're hunting for fish. They usually bite an ankle, a foot, or a lower leg, or sometimes a hand when we're splashing around in the water during murky conditions, when there's been a lot of rain from onshore and it's made the water cloudy, or when bait is running and the tides are turning up the water and the bait fish are running and the sharks do what? What would you do if you were a shark? You have to eat. You have to feed to survive. So these animals are coming in, they're trying to feed, we're splashing around in the water, and occasionally one will grab onto a human, mistaking it for a fish. It lunges in, it grabs, oops, it's got the person. It's very scary, there's a lot of blood, but there's usually no damage. In 98.4% of all shark bite incidents are simply puncture wounds. Most of them do not require surgery. It is very rare to have serious damage or to have a limb removed. That's not to say it doesn't happen, but it is extremely rare. Most shark bite incidents are small sharks. They're not made for getting us. We're not on the menu. It's an accident. The shark doesn't like it any more than the person. But it makes all the news because shark attacks are very, very good press for different news media. And finally, worldwide average shark encounters are normally 70 fatalities a year, are normally 70 encounters a year with normally 1 to 5 fatalities, and this usually occurs from blood loss. As we covered just a moment ago, exsanguination or blood loss is the primary cause of death for most swimmers. If you are out far from the beach and you get bit by a white shark, by a bull shark, by a tiger shark, or any other shark that's got the dentition to put some punctures in you, it is very feasible with your heart pounding and in a lot of fear that you may wind up bleeding out before you can receive medical attention. Loss of limb is immensely rare. Like we covered, it does happen, but it is not a normal aspect of shark encounters. And the reason that I don't talk about shark attacks, why I'm trying to get rid of that term and substitute instead shark bite incidents or shark encounters, is because the idea is that if a shark is actually attacking you, an unprovoked attack, if you will, implies a degree of malice or intent to harm. And time again, studies have shown that sharks are just not interested in us. So the idea that they're attacking rather than biting us, mistaken identity, is absurd. It is just not the case in most cases. That's not to say that sharks don't. That's not to say that sharks never will. But it's immensely rare. People do not need to be afraid of sharks as much as they need to be afraid of everyday life. You get in your car and drive, people die by the thousands every day in car wrecks. People are on their cell phones or talking or texting to friends and drinking and driving and doing other things, and yet you have no fear of getting into a car. Dogs bite people. There's 17,000 dog-related deaths worldwide every year. Man's best friend. We're not outlawing dogs and culling and killing dogs because a few of them have been in bad situations and there have been fatalities. Vending machines. Vending machines kill more people than sharks every year. On average, 8 to 9 people a year worldwide die from vending machines falling on them. An 800-pound machine, you can't get that last candy bar out, the spring is stuck, and you start shaking the damn machine and it falls on you and you die. 8 to 9 people a year, as opposed to 1 to 5 on average for sharks. Think about that the next time that somebody like Cull and Barnett tells you that sharks are immensely and imminently dangerous, that you're going to die on the beach. It's just nonsense. There are very few other predators worldwide that will allow you to do the things right in front of them. Provocative behavior, stupid behavior, behavior that any other predator would react to. Sharks leave us alone. So please don't support the shark cull. Oppose the shark cull in Western Australia. If you've seen this video, please share it with your friends. Tell other people about it. Help us to put these videos into a viral status so that we can get them past the local media in Western Australia and into the mainstream media throughout Australia, so that these videos can then start to enlighten the public and share safer ways to interact with sharks. And by the way, for those of you who are looking for an alternative to shark nets and drum lines that protects the public and still keeps sharks safe, there's a program called Shark Safe Barriers. You can look it up on Facebook. Shark Safe Barrier program was initiated in South Africa. It involves use of magnets and floats with magnet systems, and it works wonderfully. It keeps sharks out. It allows seals and other animals to go in between and in and out. It works great. So look up the Shark Safe Barriers program, and thank you again for opposing the shark cull, and please share this video with your friends. Thank you.